Thank you, Craig. Thank you for being here and always being a friend.
Thanks, Craig. You'd real MVP, Craig.
Steve finally looks like someone rescued him from whatever work camp he was locked away at.
I can't. You say you're the real MVP, Craig, almost every single time we start this.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. That's my stitch. And that's my thing, dog.
Jesus.
All that's right, my thing, dog.
Craig.
You really MVP,
Craig. I can't believe you got fired on your day off.
Oh, Christ.
Nice little fun, nice little Friday joke in there.
You ain't got shit to do.
I have to take a look. Let me just double check here real quick. We are on motherfucker episode 7. This is episode 7. Ha!
Hell yeah.
Track. We're episode 7 now. Oh man, it's been a long couple weeks.
The Fox Awaken? Like, is that what this is?
What?
Like the Force Awakens, but the Fox Awaken?
Oh yeah. Man, it's been a long couple weeks.
That's stupid. You should feel bad.
Jesus.
I missed the person I was 30 seconds ago.
I mean, I'm laughing. Like, don't get me wrong. That's fucking stupid, Joe. You should feel bad about it.
That's probably going to be the name of the episode now. I'm making a note of that. Hold on. Episodes, because I make these folders before we get like rolling anyway.
I was
episode 7.
I couldn't hear anybody. Like, everybody's coming super low. And I'm like, oh wait, shit, my volume's turned down like halfway. Like, what the fuck?
Joe, I was like, you should feel bad about that. I mean, I'm laughing, but you should still feel bad about that.
Episode 7, The Fuck's Awaken. There you go. That's gonna be the name of that's gonna be the title of the episode now. It's the Dummy Time Podcast, episode 7. We got Joe and John and Steve and me and Anthony and Craig.
You said yourself twice. You referred to yourself in the third person.
I said me, and then gave myself
You're not that
name.
fat, Jesus.
I'm getting close. I've actually been losing weight. I've actually gone down. I'm like I've gone down to like 230 something, 231 something like that. From 250. I'm not orange. I'm very pale. I'm translucent.
Facts.
Until you get me to the sun long enough, then I turn into a nice little crispy. No, really, it's really great.
Tater tot.
Dude, that one Romanian guy that gave us our last name that's in our bloodline really did me good and solid with my skin tone.
If an Irishman gets cooked on the outside, does it make him a gingerbread man?
No, it makes me a baked potato.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought that was as funny as it was.
It's so stupid.
Oh, it's probably because I have a stepchild as a ginger.
I forgot Aiden existed.
Oh my god. Okay, so you want a fun fact? Okay. So if you go look up
that's so bad he's my godson. Fuck me.
If you go look up the history of Irish inventions, like across like timelines, from the invention.
Do not say the potato was an Irish invention.
No,
that was
no.
They're like
from the invention of whiskey. From the invention of whiskey in Ireland, they didn't come up with anything else for 400 years.
That's
Jesus Christ.
Like Family Guy.
You know what? After whiskey, innovation just stopped. I feel like there's an interesting correlation there.
Yeah, someone should study that. That's smarter than us. Oh, see, I gotta beep that. Oh, that's gonna be funny. Anyway, yeah, we're doing it. It's been a long week. Everyone's kind of tired, but we're all just kind of here. We were actually just talking about just kind of handling certain things, and we were talking about James Earl Jones because motherfucking James Earl Jones just decided to die. At 93 years old, just up and decided to die on us.
Just decided to die? Fuck you. Man, don't just decide to die.
I mean, listen,
Joe, that is ridiculous, man. Like, bro, you can't tell me there's no correlation. Oh, we invented whiskey. Oh,
no,
shit,
yeah.
Literally, it's just like, oh shit.
I just posted it in the side chat. Go look. Wikipedia, 14th century. The last entry is whiskey, and then they don't invent anything till the 17th century.
Like, I mean, they were literally like, oh, look, we created whiskey. And then like, oh, shit, it's been 400 years. Where the fuck have we been?
Sorry. 300 years. 300
Whatever.
years.
Like, still. Oh shit, 300 years have passed by. I'm like a 4th generation drunk.
That's like the longest hangover possible.
For real.
Basically, yeah. Like Family Guy
That
did that one
lasted
joke.
5.5 generations, mate. Fuck me.
The fact that you have that accent on point is just fucking amazing.
What you fucking don't, mate? You don't have an Irish accent, just like pitched in your boil.
Because the fucked up and funny part is
Oh.
that I am actually part Irish. So fuck you.
So am I.
Yeah, Steve, you're white in the eastern side of the United States. Most of us are. Most of us are.
Yeah.
John doesn't count because he came from the west. He's not naturally from the east
Our
side.
people just hit the eastern seaboard like a fucking buckshot.
Yeah, pretty much.
We hit the eastern seaboard and said, "Fuck it,
Like,
we're not going."
no, sorry, like
anywhere else."
birdshot. Just boom.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, my family got here in 1923. I think it was.
My ancestors pillaged Scotland, and now here I am.
My family on my dad's side
And parts
is
of America.
we have a castle in Ireland.
Mm.
What are you
What?
What are you doing living here then? Go live in the castle.
Okay. My family's last my I think on my grandma's side, my family's last name is Dundas. And our ancestral castle, I don't know what happened, they don't know. But it's like a wedding destination and whatnot. It's called Dundas Castle. It's outside of Edinburgh. Does that sound about right? Edinburgh, Scotland. I believe it's like right outside there. It's really, really beautiful place, but yeah, I don't. At some point throughout history, family lost that castle, big castle.
So I have two. So first off, the family legend, because my mother's side of the family, they're Sutherlands. It's like from southern Scotland. And so the family legend one is that we are distantly related to Jameson, as in Jameson whiskey, because Jameson was Scottish, and his family motto is the exact same motto as my family's, but in a different language. One is in Latin and one is in French.
I thought most Scottish families, especially in that area's motto was all just fuck the British.
No, ours is without fear, sans peur. But his is in the Latin version. I forget what it is, but it's the same family motto, just different languages. Now the other one is also Sutherland's with the way that we are. I am a descendant of Robert the Bruce.
That's Braveheart, right?
Yup, like the one who like betrayed him, but then like hated that, and became like the first like king of free Scotland.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I don't have any famous people in my bloodline. My entire family sucks.
I don't have the patience to fucking sit down and go through my fucking family history to see how far back I may or may not be related to some dead famous person or alive famous person.
I don't think the Dundases had anybody like crazy. I do know that they William. So Joe, our ancestors fought together.
Yeah. Although I think the greatest accomplishment of my ancestors is the fact that we have the most unhinged family crest of all time. Like, you look at like most people's family crests, it's like, oh, it's like a couple like stars or it's a lion or something like that. Not we're a fucking like batshit house cat.
We need a family crest that's strong.
Jesus.
Something strong. Something
wait,
strong.
actually,
What should
no,
be the strong symbol of our family?
I found
Pussy.
the best one, the clan crest. Sorry, this is the best version of it. If you check the side chat,
It looks like a house cat on cocaine.
No, wait, even worse.
What?
Oh my god.
Joe, that cat resembles what I think you look like after you drink milk.
Jesus.
Why is he?
Oh
Why is your cat
God.
want? Why does that cat want to die?
I don't. Well,
It looks
yeah.
like it's being
And
tormented.
combine that with the fucking motto without fear, and it's this cat that's just
Oh,
like, yeah, fuck, catch some fucking bitch.
it looks
without fear, that cat doesn't look like he's afraid. The cat looks like he's just sad.
that
What
looks like a cat after it jumps on a fucking counter with tinfoil on it.
John, what's your clan name?
What?
God, I don't even begin to know what mine is.
No, it's the Dundas clan.
How do you spell it? DUNDAS?
AS. Yeah.
And Dundas. Oh yeah, yours is pretty cool too. We're both cats still.
We're both cats.
Yeah,
Hold on,
ours
I
is a
got-
lion.
I'm
Or
gonna
some
get
kind
your
of
I'm gonna get
mythical
your
creature.
unhinged version. So like the wall plate one.
Oh, great.
I literally have one of those, a crest kind of like that says Asayas.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it means try.
Try, fucking try.
Yeah.
Mine is
Try.
fucking plain as shit.
What's yours?
I'm about to post it. Hold on. See if it'll let me do it.
What clan name is it? Clan Guthrie.
Mine's boring as fuck.
I stand for the truth. I like that. That's a strong clan.
Right?
There we go. I found mine. Hold on.
Anyway,
Since we're sharing our family crest.
Fucking send it.
What's yours, Dickel?
It's like a knight.
No, the clan name.
John's looks like
McGraw.
a fucking lion. Fuck a cat. This bitch looks like a lion. Fucking Mufasa.
Bam.
Yours,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
your
the
family
crest,
motto
not the
is
fucking.
Salus in Fide.
Yeah, that is the
Salvation by
crest.
faith.
I mean, that is the
Salvation
motto
by faith.
up top. That is the
Nice.
motto up top, but that's the family crest.
Nice. No, that's very cool. Yeah, that's the only family crest I know of right there is the McGraw one. That's the only one we
Yeah.
ever had.
Oh no, you actually have another. Oh wait, no, that's a different. Oh no, I think that actually is it. Yeah.
Hey, little knight dude.
That's McRae.
Yeah. Well, also ours isn't Scottish. Ours is all Irish, so slightly different. Yeah, there's differences there. I don't really know what they are. I wasn't big on all that. My uncle Claire
Irishmen
was.
are literally drunker Scotsmen.
Pretty much, yeah.
Shittier rock throwers.
My uncle Claire was the one who would speak Gaelic and like drink whiskey all night kind of guy. And then my aunt Josephine, his wife, who was she was full-blooded Italian. Like spoke Italian, drank nothing but wine. Like her and my uncle talking to each other was fucking hilarious because they'd start drinking and then they'd start talking to each other in different languages.
I've always wanted to go to the Highland Games.
They're really fun. Me and John have participated in Highland Games. Me and John have tossed the caber and picked up the rock and.
Because I'm good at the events, I just haven't had a chance to do them.
Man, so much fun!
In competition.
Some of the most fun we've ever had. Remember the keg toss that we did on the rugby pitch that one time?
Jeez, yeah, the keg toss.
How far did Gruner throw that thing? Yeah, Gruner and Jaya like threw it the farthest. Jaya just like yeeted that thing across the field.
Yeah, because he was just an animal and didn't do anything.
No,
but yeah,
that man was a 290-pound. Like that guy was just a monster. That guy was a monster, man. I really thought in that one game he actually killed that kid. I really thought he killed him.
No, there was
that kid was not breathing. for a second. I was like, oh no.
He was just in shock. His brain reset. That's all.
Dude, he killed that kid. That kid's soul left his body for a minute.
No, he didn't
That
kill
man
him.
came out like
hit the reset.
his
hit the reset
soul came
button.
out of his body and was like, "You got knocked the fuck out, man!" Like, and then went back in there and was like, "Wake your bitch ass up!" Whack.
Nah, he was fine.
Dude, that kid, man. He about kid. Then there was the one kid in the sevens tournament that he just like spear tackled.
That kid, he almost killed. Yeah.
Now
he
he admits that one.
Yeah, that guy he almost killed. No, because I remember that one. I remember that one very distinctly. That's a core memory. But no, yeah, we used to do Highland Games every year
what you
at
said,
the
too.
park.
I remember exactly what you said. He's probably getting ejected from the tournament, but that was a great fucking hit.
I mean, yeah. I remember. No, I do. I remember that one. I remember that one super clear just because I remember the sound it made.
Oh, yeah.
Just by the sound alone, if I was a ref in that game, I would have ejected him. Flat out. Just from the sound by itself.
You're out of here.
No joke. No, listen. Okay, you shot John's shotgun, right?
What? Yeah.
You shot John. Okay, so I was standing maybe 50 yards away from the impact zone, and it sounded like someone took and shot John's shotgun right next to my ear.
Jesus.
It was bad.
That's how hard they connected. I mean, this man.
That's not. No. Don't say it
him.
like that. You can't say it like that. It's not how hard. That's not how hard they connected. That is how hard that dude hit that other dude. Because that other dude wasn't moving. He caught a ball. He'd caught a ball that was pitched up high to him. He had reached up, jumped, caught the ball, and by the time his toes had hit the ground, Jay had hit him.
He caught the ball and caught a fade at the same exact fucking time.
So here's the thing. The rule in rugby is if you can't touch somebody until their feet are touching the ground and they have control of the ball.
That's
After
the same way
that,
in
they're
football.
free game. Yeah. Well, in football, like there's some differences in like things like the way you have to tackle them. They try to have a lot of rules and to protect you because it's mostly unpadded. And so, like, they have some rules and stuff like that. So this guy got a really high pitch, like, really high thrown ball. They shouldn't have been thrown that way. And he decided to jump up in the air for it. And so this dude that we're playing with was also a running back for a football team. So he could take off from his toes, if you know what I mean. He could take off at full speed just from his toes. He didn't have to take a step back to take off. And so by the time he was already at full speed, by the time that kid's toes had actually hit the ground, so by the time he had brought the ball in to like signal he had control of it, that was it. There was no guarding from contact. So that's not.
The chat.
So that's why every time
floating in
that's like Australian
air.
football where it's like, you don't even need to hit the ground. Like they're just like, no, we're gonna take you out midair.
Yeah, so and that's why that's
out the air.
And it happens almost every time John tells the story. I have to stop and go, no, that's not how hard they connected. That is how hard that child was hit. Because the other one wasn't moving.
Fucking murdered that poor kid, man.
And yeah, the kid just laid there on the ground. I remember I looked right at John and went, he's probably going to get ejected for the game for that, but that was a really good hit.
Sitting there trying not to laugh because he was trying to maintain his composure as a coach.
As fast as he hit him with perfect form, cupped his knee and everything. It was great. If I could have taken a split-second picture, I would have sent it to Sports Illustrated. I'm not even fucking shitting you. The perfection which I saw.
Team, heck yeah, man. That was probably the best rugby hit I've ever seen.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. The precision in the perfection in technicality in which this hit was, in which this guy just performed this tackle. I was like, I wish I could take a picture of this. This is phenomenal.
So
I could use this. I could use this as an example for years to come. This episode of the Dummy Time Podcast is brought to you in part by Southeast Carolina Crossroads. Addiction is a struggle many Americans suffer with. Being a slave to your vices is never a life one wants to lead, and in today's day and age, finding help with addiction, especially for men, can be just as daunting as the addiction itself. Southeast Carolina Crossroads wants to help you break free from the chains of addiction and give you the tools to help not only get out of the damaging cycle, but also provide skills and lessons to help maintain your sobriety. Their 13-week or 90-day residential program is designed to help men get the support they may desperately need to break free from their addiction and go on to live fulfilling lives without the shadows of drugs or alcohol. I have a great friend that suffered with alcoholism. It was ruining his life, his body, and destroying the person that I knew. And although I am not personally a religious person, I was able to see that the good Crossroads had done for him, and I couldn't recommend them more. So if you or a loved one are struggling to kick their addiction, give Crossroads a call at 910-549-8487 or apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Once again, that is 910-549-8487, or you can also apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Thank you, Southeast Carolina Crossroads, for helping my friend and sponsoring today's podcast.
So I brought up earlier that I had a question. I had a question for everybody because this is something I've thought about for the past since I've seen it. Really,
Can I cap it off with one more thing that John forgot?
Yeah.
Is the reason why he got ejected. You remember the reason why he got ejected for the game? Is because he didn't actually go down with the guy he hit like he's supposed to. Instead, after he hit him, he crawled off of him like a xenomorph.
I forgot. Oh my God. I swear to God, he was such a psycho.
Yeah, that was the only the only reason. It's because he didn't go down with the guy he hit. Instead, he went through him and then fucking decided to crawl.
Oh my God.
Like fucking bear crawl over top of this poor kid. Yeah. But Steve, I'm sorry. I just wanted to make sure I capped it off because that's really funny.
No, you're
it's just
good.
a funny story.
So I don't know if y'all have kept up with it since, because I mean, like I said earlier, we're all in the same age bracket as far as like music wise and what we grew up listening to.
Are you about to talk about what I think you're talking about?
Probably. What's y'all's thought on the new lead singer for Linkin Park?
Don't like her.
No.
Don't like her.
We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
No. Why? Why not? It's just Linkin Park. I can talk about this for a while because I have a very valid reason why I don't like her.
And that's the point.
I'm going to give you 2 sentences, Dickel.
What's that?
2 sentences to sum
hot garbage.
There's different people that they could have picked to take to fill in the role, not take his place, because there's no taking Chester's place. But there's so many people that they could have pulled. There's a kid named Dakota that he started on YouTube doing covers, and he sounds, if you could close your eyes and listen to this kid, he sounds like Chester Bennington reincarnated. Like,
yeah,
if there was ever a guy, that kid was it. And there's also a cover band that sounds more like Linkin Park than Linkin Park does. The lead singer not only sounds like Chester, that motherfucker looks like him.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, like Journey did that, where they replaced one of their lead singers on tour, didn't they? With that Filipino dude who sounded exactly like the lead singer. Yeah.
Right.
They picked up. So Journey, after Steve Perry died, Journey kind of died off with them for a little while. When they found this, I gotta look up what his damn name is.
It's Filipino. He's Filipino.
Yeah, they found that kid on fucking YouTube in the same manner that
he was doing covers and shit.
Yeah, he was doing covers, and they reached out to him like 3 different times. I had to read it. I had to read about it because like it's crazy how much he sounds like Steve Perry.
Yeah.
And
it's really it really is.
They reached out to this dude 3 different times. The first time he didn't really respond. The second time he's like, whatever. Like it's just somebody being whatever. The third time he's like, all right. Pretty much he was like, all right, look, if you're who you say you are, this is where I'm at. Knock on my door. basically, in a nutshell.
Which you have to, in that case, you have to. Like, you just have to do that, right?
They literally flew to this man, knocked on his fucking door. He opened the door, and there stood Journey. They're like, we want you. And dude's been there since. They could have done that with Dakota or this other dude. Like, yes, I get the direction they wanted to go. They didn't want to, because even they agreed there's no replacing Chester. Like, his son's pissed off right now. Like, and he basically told him that he's pissed with them. That, like, y'all have not only replaced my dad, you've basically erased his legacy in the band by replacing him as a singer.
Here's here here I'll give my whole thought on this, because like I listened to I think it was like two or three songs that I heard that she was on. Okay. So, yes, they didn't want to replace Chester. The problem I think they went with is that instead of trying to get a new lead singer and moving forward with a new direction for the band itself, maybe with the same music, same style, whatever, but embracing a new sound through that new singer, they went with someone that they thought could emulate Chester's voice, because Chester did have a higher pitch and a higher range. And so they went with a female who would hit those higher ranges, could hit those notes, hold those notes like he could. The problem is she is trying to emulate. You can hear it where it sounds like she is trying to emulate Chester's singing when she's singing the songs that he had written, and it sounds so fucking bad. It sounds like a bad karaoke version. And Mike
Yeah,
Shadona comes and tries to help, adding his vocal lines behind it, but Mike Shadona always sounds so different from the audio versus live that, like, it doesn't fucking matter. They don't. It doesn't sound. It sounds bad. It sounds like you're being a bad cover. The cover bands are sounding better than you now. Like,
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. I'd have to go onto my phone and pull it up and like share the link for it. But the it was it, dude. Like I don't know, bro.
to successfully do
I'm
for
not on board
something
with it.
for something like Chester Bennington, someone like Chester Bennington, was a living legend.
I mean,
Which,
theoretically, he's still a legend regardless.
not giving the same credit to him, because I don't think he would be as popular. But let's take the lead singer of Drowning Pool. When the lead singer of Drowning Pool died, instead of trying to go in the same direction, because they tried it a little bit, didn't sound very great, they didn't like it, so they went a different kind of musical style with the new singer to more embrace that singer's vocal range and vocal styling, and it went great. A lot of their new stuff is pretty good. Their most recent stuff is meh, but once they kind of started leaning into the new singer they had, instead of trying to embrace the old sound and having the singer, you know, sound like the old guy, let them be the lead. But yeah, I didn't like it. I really didn't like it.
But what Linkin Park did was not it.
Not it. And you don't go in there and have them singing like fucking Faint and Numb and
Dude,
these songs that meant so much.
Whenever they had her singing Crawling, I was like, bruh. And, I mean, they even did an interview.
That was that was just
Chester
downright cringy.
Chester himself
Yeah.
said he hated performing that song. But
Yeah.
he hated performing that song. But like, dude, if you're gonna bring somebody in, create new shit. Don't have her singing the old shit. I'm sorry.
Well, no, if you're gonna have them sing the old shit, find someone who actually sounds like your old lead singer, and then continue on making the same goddamn music you were with that lead singer, because then you don't have to change your sound. But if you have a lead singer that sounds completely different,
Didn't Chester write the music though?
Yes.
yeah, him and
he
Mike
wrote,
Shadona.
he wrote the stuff for Linkin Park.
Yeah, Chester Bennington, Mike Shadona were the main writers, and then sometimes I think the bass player would sometimes throw down every once in a while. But like, but yeah, if they're gonna find a new singer that isn't gonna be exactly sounding like Chester did, a la Journey, then you need to embrace that lead singer's new sound and new vocal range and new style, and don't change completely, but maybe start writing your music to better fit that. And
Yeah,
don't make
'cause
them sing the old shit. And if they are gonna sing the old shit, sing it the way they can sing it. Let them fucking throw down in their style.
Yeah, because her vocal range and pitch is not even in the fucking ballpark. It's not even in the fucking same galaxy as Chester's.
Oh, and I'm telling you, if that is her style, man, I didn't get a new singer, man. Just get a new fucking singer. Get a new
Yeah.
fucking singer, bro. It's like it's and they'll eventually figure it out. They always do. Like, well, a lot of those major bands always do. Look at fucking like Korn tried it. They changed their sound, found out their fans didn't fucking like it, and they were like, "Whoops, sorry. Let's go. Let's
Well, that's
shimmy
gonna
on
be
back a little bit."
the downfall. That's gonna be the downfall of Linkin Park. Like one, they probably never should. Like, granted, still to this day one of the best bands from our childhood, but just kind of put out covers of the shit that like just redo the shit that you already done, not like start brand be like, oh, one day we're just gonna decide to fuck it, we're gonna start new. Like, no, dog, that ain't it. Like,
I thought that
you have a generation of people behind you that are over half of them are like, we're not with this.
I went and saw them at Project Revolution, bro.
Me too.
Like way
Darien
back
Lake.
when. Mm-hmm.
Mine was
I was in Raleigh.
2006.
Yeah, mine was like I think I went there like I was like 2007, 2008, something like that. I went.
Yeah, I saw them. There was them.
But
It was them. Less Than Jake, Snoop Dogg, Linkin Park, Korn,
It's like
But,
Deftones.
I've seen 3 days where whenever I went to the Bad Wolves concert years ago.
I remember what I was gonna say. I remember somehow, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that Linkin Park was disbanding after Chester died or something.
Supposedly they did, I thought, and I
Yeah.
think they just decided to say fuck it, got back there, and then grabbed this
Probably
individual.
ran out of money.
solo acts didn't do well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I probably were running out of money.
And I mean, who knows? Maybe they wanted to bring it back, and the guys just. I mean, the guys in the band themselves, they were one of the very real, like tight bands. Like
Yeah.
you could see it in their live stage shows. I've seen them live a few times, and like you can see in the shows. You can see it in their interaction with the fans and with each other. Like they are one of those very tight knit bands. So like, I could understand them wanting to
Yeah,
try to get it
and
back
maybe
together.
they just do it because they love performing and they missed it, and that's kind of what they did. That was their thing. And they were just like, hey. But I mean, they're coming back on the scene, and for all we know, they might axe this girl. They need to.
Oh,
That
especially
or
after that video that Chester's son put out. Ooh.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's the most
I
damning
didn't
thing. Like
see that.
I would say that they could recover from that. I would say they could recover from the whole thing if they would then kind of shift gears and maybe develop and work with their new lead singer and develop her vocals, develop her singing and everything else. Develop what they need to and work on, the different things that they might need to then be able to
What
write
does
around
son
her.
say?
Not anything good.
Oh yeah,
No,
his son.
his son was fucking pissed.
Yeah, he's
like-
like, this person stood for everything that like my dad was against. Like she has her history. Like this is like a travesty to his memory.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That he basically told him, like, you have successfully erased my dad's name and legacy from this band. Like, he
Which
went
that's
the
pretty
fuck
harsh.
in.
That's really fucking harsh.
Yeah, he went the fuck in, dude.
Like, for his kid to go off so fucking hard. And like, what is it that he doesn't like? Like, what is the issue with because I don't really know anything about, I've never even heard of this chick. Like, I'd never heard
I
of her
hadn't
until
either.
I saw the videos on like TikTok and shit pop up.
I forgot who else she had sang with. I forgot
part.
who else he
So-
was with.
Two main things that he takes issues with. So Jamie Bennington criticized Emily Armstrong for her ties to Danny Masterson, the actor from that '70s show, and how she came out in support of him.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And then number
Ooh.
2 was and that the fact that they released the new singer during Suicide Prevention Month.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
that's
even know
is-
that.
Oh.
Oh, I
She
didn't know
was
that.
she was a part of the band Dead
Oh.
Sarah. She was a part of the rock band Dead Sarah.
Yeah, never heard of him.
She
But
was
yeah,
the,
that's I didn't realize
she was
about
a
the suicide
guitarist.
awareness thing. Ooh.
Yeah,
She was a
still
guitarist.
that does not mean we've heard of her.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That that
Ugly.
all just is bad.
That's ugly. That's
Yeah.
ugly.
That's yeah.
That's
See,
ugly.
that's what I mean when I say like I initially thought that they might be able to recover, but then after that they can't. There's no way they're going to be able to recover if they're trying to
No.
move forward with
No
that same
way.
singer.
No way. They're
It-
done, man. They screwed the pooch big time.
Yeah,
I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if they could.
I would be
So actually,
amazed.
ooh, it gets worse.
Oh,
so
suck it to me,
supposedly,
daddy.
so supposedly,
Daddy chill.
like during the trial, one of the women who like came forward about like the whole Danny Masterson thing, her and a couple other people basically went to the elevator with the witness and just berated this victim.
Oh, so she's just a bad person.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they got to get rid of her now. Listen, I know we're just a nobody podcast, but like
It and it has to do with the whole like
Jesus.
thing. So like Danny Masterson, I believe, is a and so like a bunch of all came out against these women, and so like a bunch of in the elevator with this woman and then like berated her.
You know what? I have to come up now with a secret code word that I am going to record myself saying and cut out, and then replace every time you say that word.
Oh yeah, because they are
because
ruthless.
they will come after us and they will
Yeah, they
kill
will.
me. They will find my computer and kill me. I am not risking that.
No, I've seen what they did to Trey Parker and Matt Stone. I ain't for that.
Yeah. Listen, I'm all for
Edit,
calling
edit
out.
that part as you will. Edit that part as you will.
I'm all for calling out awful people. Just I also know what consequences come around. So like, we'll get that nice and edited.
So like speaking of like bringing these people who passed on, these artists who influenced our lives, like if you could bring back one artist, one musician, and one actor, who would they be for you guys?
Ooh.
I don't have a vote for anyone else except for music artists because I would like to have coffee with Kurt Cobain.
Ooh, yeah.
I bet it'll be mind blowing.
For me, music artist Freddie Mercury. I think that like he would have so much like nowadays. Like he'd be putting out some banger fucking music. He'd be like full on with like like the politics and stuff like that. I think he'd be like a really enigmatic figure. Actor. Um, I mean that's a tough one, but
Because there's a shit ton of them, bro.
so you know what, I'm gonna donate that one because I feel like that it's a life lost way too soon. The guy who played Chekhov in the Star Trek movies. What the
Oh
fuck is his
yeah,
name?
I forgot that he passed away.
Yeah,
He
but
was a
in a
car
fucking
accident or
accident.
something.
No, so he was working in his garage, and his Jeep basically rolled off the lift and crushed him.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's so
Well,
sad.
damn.
Like yeah, and then
Yeah,
for
I didn't know about
artists,
that. Yeah.
my boy H.R. Geiger. That dude was fucking insane, and I love that. I love all his shit. He said, actually, it was funny. I was reading. He did an interview in Germany, and they was talking about like one of his paintings, and he's just like, yeah, like There was this one time in the 70s that 2 trans women were spit roasting me while I was high on LSD, and I'm like, yeah, let me paint that.
Jesus.
And I'm like, and I look at that picture, and I'm like, yeah, that fits.
Yeah, I like guys like that. I like
So
Salvador Dali.
the three were actor, musician, and who?
Artist.
Painter, artist, which
It could be a
I don't
sculptor,
really.
it could be a painter, anybody.
Okay, so did you want to go, Steve?
No, go ahead.
No, feel free. I'm still thinking of one of them.
Ooh, I figured out an
Well,
artist. I want to get a tattoo from Michelangelo.
I don't really have an artist
Oh.
because as far as art wise and like art and sculpting and stuff like that, I've really never gotten into that. And it's just never been an attraction that I've been like, oh, like I'll see pictures and paintings and shit like, oh, that's really pretty. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of fucking weird. And just move on about my shit. Like I just never dove into the whole like standing in front of a picture for 20 minutes going, this moves me. Like I've never been able to fucking
Steve, I'm gonna say this, and I want you to know I'm gonna say this with as much love, compassion, and absolute brevity that I can
go
as
ahead, blow
a
smoke
friend
up
of
my
yours.
ass.
Bullshit!
You are the human incarnation of that song by Brad Paisley. I'm still a guy.
So, and I'm gonna actually raise the
Uncultured
bar a little bit
swine.
on that. No. I don't think that's it. I just don't think that you, Steve, have actually seen art that has actually moved you in such a way. Because you've probably seen pictures. You've seen all sorts of digital versions of a lot, or even like printed versions of some of these pieces. But if you haven't seen some of these things in person, it's so much different seeing it. Like the statue of David, like that fucker is huge. Like, and like you look really close to the detail that a camera just doesn't pick up. Like these
I
things
can't.
things speak to you.
I will give credit where credit's due to what Joe was saying. I don't have that kind of a. I'm not that kind of into it art person, but I will say seeing certain pieces in person or certain things in person does add a special kind of. There's a different kind of feeling to it. I don't get deep into it, but I can appreciate the necessary talent and time it takes to create something of whatever I'm looking at. Modern art makes no fucking sense to me. Don't get me started on that bullshit.
So with the topic, it either like as far as musicians go, which I'm looking at a list really quick because like I just had like refresh or no art or actors, sorry, like refresh or whatever. They'd be a toss up between two. Well, everybody would bring like a go to for a lot of people would be Paul Walker, just for the simple fact of the generation that we grew up with. That whole movie, the saga, the series, whatever, that would be a go to for a lot of us. But it would be between two, man. It'd be Robin Williams or James Avery.
Oh.
You know,
For
I'll
actors wise, because I mean, there's a lot to choose from. Because, like I said, I'm looking at a list right now, and the list has got like what 3, 6, 9. It's got like fucking 80 names on here, close to
Oh
like
yeah.
80 or
I
60
mean,
names on here, and it's like,
I'll
off the top of my head, Ryan Dunn.
I see your Paul Walker, and I'll raise you a Heath Ledger.
yeah,
Mm, mm.
I'll see your Heath Ledger and raise you a Pat Morita.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, Danielson.
I'm a raise your Pat Morita with fucking Carrie Fisher.
What a douchebag
I
move of you.
I loved I loved Carrie Fisher's like stand-up stuff that she did
Oh, she
after
was fucking amazing.
Rice. Was that lady funny?
You
Oh
know
my god.
the only Star Wars thing she ever did outside of Star Wars was Family Guy.
Oh really? That's
Yeah,
funny.
she fucking hates like anything that's not actual Star Wars. She like refused to do it. So the only time she ever did like a real Star Wars, like actual Star Wars thing, was the Blue Harvest like shit, but like the Mon Mothma, because she thought it was so fucking funny that there was one other female in the entire universe, and they used her character from. That's how much she loved her character in Family Guy. Like she's
Yeah.
like, yes, bet. This is the one time I'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll
You know, it's
see.
really
I'll
funny.
see. I'll see who you had, Joe, and I'll raise you Bernie Mac.
Ooh, Bernie
Oh,
Mac is a good one.
Yeah.
I'd like to see another Bernie Mac stand up. I'd like to see a Bernie Mac stand up today. In
Or
today's
Bob
day and
Saget for
age.
that matter, because that's
Oh,
our
Bob
childhood right
Saget!
there. That's our childhood.
Jesus
Or
no,
Christ.
you've
no,
also
no. You want to
got
hit you want to hit below the belt with our childhood. The little girl who played Ducky.
Oh, you can go right on and fuck
oh
yourself.
yeah, you can suck a fat bag of dicks for that.
Mm. All right.
Who you
You're
got,
officially
John?
the worst kind of human.
It is all right. Well, that was actors. As far as musicians wise, dude, there's so fucking many, man. Like
Well,
as far
hurry
as
up.
music I listen to, it's like ones that I
Fuck.
would have loved to have met. Fucking, I mean, you've got Tupac, Biggie, Mac Miller,
Pick one.
fucking
Pick one, motherfucker.
Who would you like to have a beer with? That's the real question, I think, for you.
Tupac,
Yeah.
Who would you like to bring back and have a beer with? Or
Tupac,
like a coffee with?
Tupac.
Yeah. I
I
would
think
do
it's
that. I would have,
Tupac.
For
I'd have
real.
coffee with
Fucking
Tupac.
And I think it's Tupac. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's Tupac. Jeez. God have mercy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's an East Coast thing, but like, I'm sorry, I prefer Big.
Either that or Jimmy
Mm.
Buffett.
I. So what you got for us, John?
Artists, and I'm thinking more broad. Da Vinci. That man was more than an artist. He was an inventor. He was an innovator.
Oh, yeah.
The greatest
he was
mind of all generations.
one of the
Right.
greatest minds of his time, and times since.
You mentioned Da Vinci with modern science.
Exactly.
Bruh.
That's exactly why. That's exactly why I thought. And modern art. Oh my god! Like
Can
a
you- no,
modern.
what I could picture him doing.
Imagine him making a modern day Mona Lisa.
Well, no, not even that. What I'm picturing him is just like walking around being like, I fucking called it. That's you see the area screw. That's my thing. The tank.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, he had the first designs for the machine gun. Imagine
Yeah.
what he'd have now. Like, that dude would be like Einstein on crack and meth.
I think
the
be, yeah.
the Manhattan Project. Cute. Like, okay, so that's artists.
The sun, we're going to drop a black
actors. I would bring the kid back from Grown Up.
Oh, I love you. I love you so much for saying that.
I
What
would
are you
bring the
talking
kid
about?
back, the youngest son back from Grown Ups.
So
The Adam
okay,
Sandler movie. The youngest son.
Cameron
the youngest
Boyce.
son.
Cameron Boyce.
Yeah, Cameron Boyce. Yeah, I would bring back
happened
Cameron
to-
Boyce. That kid
Oh,
was
you don't
way
know?
too young.
No.
Yeah. Tell him, Joe.
No, I don't know.
Okay. So he had epilepsy. He died of an epileptic seizure at fucking 20 years old.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid had his whole life ahead of him. I would give it back to him in a
Like
heartbeat.
he was just getting his career off the ground. Like Descendants was doing so
Yeah.
well. Grown Ups was doing so
Yep.
well. Like he was about to transition from his out of Disney phase into his like actual acting phase.
Yeah,
And
that kid had a life and a career
Oh.
ahead of that kid had a life and a career ahead of him, and I give it back to him in a heartbeat, 100%.
I love you for that.
Hey man, you know what? Hey, I'm out here doing the Lord's work. And my artist, my musician would be Bradley Nowell from Sublime.
Oh, you know what? That's a good one.
He was the everyman. You know, he was the everyman. He sang of the struggles, he sang of the joy, he sang of the happiness, love. He sang and touched on all subjects, and crossed and hybridized a lot of genre. Like a threat. There was aspects of thrash punk, reggae, polka even. I mean, there were some polka influences in his music. Metal. I mean, it really
That's kind of.
He started a revolution in Long Beach, and it just spread throughout Southern California. And that guy, unfortunately he overdosed, but he died in his prime. He died before he had a chance for his career to really take off, and I would have loved
for real.
to have seen that happen. Because I grew
I'll
up
give his
with that
brother
music,
credit.
and to this day, that is my.
far
Every
as-
couple of years, it slot for favorite band. When I was a kid, it was my favorite band. I was always listening to Sublime.
So as far as like bands and shit that have had band members pass away, and bands that I respect.
Musicians. You already had your shot. You already said you're musician.
No, this is like we've all given our opinion already.
That's my musician. That's my musician. Damn it.
If
I do like that though.
Since it is the day and everything like that, and we're coming up on the end of the podcast. I would like a moment to acknowledge, like it's the 23rd anniversary of 9/11, and like honor all those heroes who laid down their lives and all those innocent people who lost their lives.
I mean, yeah, especially you lived in New York.
Well, my dad was there.
Yeah,
my dad.
I lived
my
in New
dad's
York on the other
my
side of
dad's
the
a
country,
first
on the other side of the
responder.
state.
He was off that day, and like he actually had been injured. He was on injury leave, and we saw it happen on TV, and he jumped in the car, and I didn't see him for like weeks because he basically just like lived down at the site, and he was there trying to like find people.
Yeah.
We have a friend of ours, Joe. You've never met him, but a friend of ours named Dan.
I actually went to school.
He
with
actually
Dan.
knows Dan.
No
you
shit.
know Dan?
Dan and
Yeah,
I
he
are
was-
actually we're used to be close.
That's
really
fucking
funny.
amazing. Yeah, welcome to
We
small
all had the
world.
same
I thought
friend.
I told you
Small
guys. I
world.
thought I told you guys that.
We had the same
No!
friend group in high school. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
I
funny.
can't
I
believe
need
you know
to get-
Dan.
we
We got to
need
get
to
Dan on
get-
here now. Dan has to be a guest.
Yeah, we need to get Dan either in a party on Xbox, or we need to get him in here because that's insane.
Yeah, now we have to get Dan on as a guest because we didn't know. Yeah, we didn't know that Joe knew Dan because Dan's like a really good friend of ours. He's just been really busy with work and
I
life
didn't know
and shit
y'all
like that.
knew Dan. I knew John knew Dan.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
we've all
Yeah.
been playing with Dan we played with Dan for years.
Yeah.
Dude, we've
Years,
been playing
brother.
with Dan like whenever he was going through. He was trying to get into the FDNY, and he went through the school. Was
Right.
like going through school, EMT, and all
My
that
dad
shit.
taught there.
Yeah.
Honestly,
He's
probably,
been-
my dad probably taught him back in the day.
We've been friends with him for fucking what, Anthony? Almost a decade.
Almost, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we've known
But
Dan for a
But
hot
his
minute.
dad, I think his dad was his dad was there, and I mean he's
So the town that
Fireman
we grew
Dan.
up in, the town that like he and I grew up in, is one of the largest concentrations of firefighters and police officers in like our area. So like Long Island like is littered with cops and firemen for NYPD, but where we grew up, like there like you couldn't throw a rock without hitting a cop or a firefighter's house. Like it's just how it is.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I have
I
no idea
wonder
you knew Dan.
I
That's
wonder
funny.
if he still has,
we don't include Manhattan though. That's not a real borough.
I wonder if Dan still has the same phone number.
I don't know. We'll have to reach out. We'll try to get Dan on here as a guest.
I'm
We can pop him in and be like, yo.
I'm gonna mute my end real quick. I'm gonna try and call him and see if he'll
No
answer?
shit.
Hold on, I'm gonna try and call this man and see if he'll answer. Hold on a second.
We'll do it. Let's
Christ
do it next
almighty.
time. Let's do it next
Bonus
time.
content. Yeah, well, we're coming up on
Let's do
the
it.
hour anyway, so it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How about this? If we start a Patreon, you can hear the call with Dan, but you got to join the Patreon to get it and join the whatever the
Right.
bottom tier is. So, yeah, we're gonna call our friend Dan and schedule a fucking a time for him to come on here, and you guys can hear that whenever we start the Patreon. We'll have that as special content. You can hear Dan.
Schedule a little mini
ha,
friends
ha.
reunion.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, but yeah, that's the hour. So we're gonna go ahead and take it from there. But make sure to follow on the socials. We still don't have a specific Dummy Time Podcast Twitter yet, but you can follow the Mystery Science Gaming MSG9K1 on Twitter,
I'm working, damn it.
YouTube.
I'm working on the Twitter, Instagram, and I'm working on the Facebook. Okay, I'm working on it.
The only reason I haven't made a Twitter is because I don't feel like making a new email. I don't want to deal with making another email again. But anyway, we'll have that up soon. But yes, you can do the YouTube is the same thing. MSG9K1 it on YouTube, on Twitter. Go check everything out there. Other than that, yeah, I appreciate it. Oh, and yeah, make sure to check us out and rate us like 5 stars on Spotify now that we're fucking live officially as of this past Monday. A couple days ago, we officially went live. So yeah, so hopefully, so make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the other podcast platforms. You can find us all there too, where you can listen to us. Make sure to rate us 5 stars so that way it helps us to try to grow and let us monetize this so we can start making a little bit of money on it. But anyway, thanks everybody again. Thank you. Bye.